Good morning, guys. Here from Southern Virginia in Pittsylvania County. Guys, I hope everybody had a great day. Hope you enjoyed our sea leg journeys. We caught the tail end of that right there. Everybody hearing us okay? Let us know if if you can hear us this morning. But we already got some people in here. That's
Yeah.
really nice. Thank y'all for joining in and everything. I'm wearing the this is my hat around the ship, ain't it? And
We
mostly
most
excursions. I'm sorry,
mostly like when we go to the beach areas or we go on excursions to
yeah,
cover his head. Yeah.
yeah. I have to cover the dome up. I'm a little bit shameful that I hadn't got to the clippers. We've been busy, and I had felt a little bit under the weather, so I hadn't got to it yet. I'm still a little scruffy, guys. But Marsha was able to join me this morning. She's got some things going on, and I'm always thankful. I don't say really like guest or anything. My mama was the first guest, but you're always I was excited when she told me. I
I
thought
have
she.
to work all weekend, so it's not gonna. You won't get to see me Saturday, and I've got a project going on early in the mornings, and because they're calling for rain, they canceled it today. So I got lucky and got to be in here. So
Yeah. So Saturday, I thought, well, I got to do something because if I ain't gonna have Marsha, I'm gonna try to come up with something uh, for Saturday morning. It may be nothing. It might not be. We might. I think there's a good chance of rain
you
Saturday.
you could come to work with me.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Good morning,
Good morning, Mama. I
Eddie.
see you're there.
Good morning, Eddie, with Eddie Lugo Studios. Thank you for joining us. Good morning, Cruise Vet. Good morning, Mark the
It's
Shark.
Mike. Yeah, Mike. He big. A lot of them had some. Keep going. I'm sorry, babe.
Mark the Shark, I've really enjoyed watching your puppies this weekend. I tried to catch up a little bit on some of your videos and caught your live. It was pretty cool. It's neat that you were playing poker while you were trying to do your live. It's pretty cool. So I don't have that kind of talent. I
Marsha
can't do
told me.
two
She
things
said
at
I
once.
can't concentrate like that. And
Uh-uh.
Mark had a big announcement yesterday. He just booked Alaska,
Alaska
just like
cruise,
that. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And we have Travel Mobile on with us. Good morning.
Thank you guys for stopping by,
The Down Unders are here, the Down Under
Sean
Cruisers.
and Lala.
Thank you for joining us this morning, or for you probably
Lana,
tonight.
Lana. I don't know if you go to Lana or Lana. It's me.
Bear Hunter 30203. Good
Good
morning.
morning there. Oh, look here, a fellow Jaegerin. Anybody know
Ah.
what that is? If y'all know what that is, I'm not going to tell. But I'll let some of y'all stew on that. I'll share that with you. But I know who that is, and I thank you for being here this morning, catching us here live, bud. I hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing real good.
Good morning, Paul. Safe travels. I see that you're driving and you're listening to us while you're driving. We appreciate that as always. And good morning, Mom. Kurt jumped the gun a little bit and
I
had to
saw
say
I saw
hi to
mom.
Mommy.
I seen mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw mom click
All
in here.
right. And then let's see if I missed anybody. Sea Lake Journeys, of course, is in here with us. We appreciate that. We watched as much of your show as we could this morning. We're on a little late.
Yes, this is a Bubba Gump shrimp company. Now, like I said, my stepdaughter left all of them here. Well, me and Marsha, actually, I roined a lot of them. I put butter and some coconut oil in them, and so we do keto. So it just helps us with what's called good fat,
Mm-hmm.
and we get through the day that way. But and I stained a lot of them that way. So she left. I don't know. She probably left a dozen here, and there's certain ones that I like better than others. Sometime I end up with the one with the owls or butterflies or the best mom ever.
And I'm drinking out of Bailey's cup this morning because Bailey's back with us. Even though I worked probably till what, about 7:30 last
Yeah,
night,
yeah.
I still went by and picked up Bailey and
Bailey's
brought
the
her
dog,
home.
guys. Bailey is not our dog. It's actually our stepdaughter's
She
also.
says good morning.
Yeah, she's hi, Bay. How you doing? You doing good?
Can you tell who her favorite is? It's not me.
Amen. Anyway, hazelnut this morning. We got some hazelnut. This is still my first cup. I got a little late start there. I slept in a little bit. I had a little Nyquil last night and needed to rest a little bit. So, but I did rest good. I know my mom's going to ask me, did I rest good?
I am so sorry, Tanisha. I passed by your name. So sorry for that because
Well, it's Leonard
you're
Family Fun,
you are always here
and
with us, and we appreciate that.
yeah, about said it. I
Hmm.
caught myself a few times yesterday. Yeah, but everything's been going real good. We uh, we had a good day yesterday. I was feeling under the weather, but I'm feeling better.
Eating wise, we did really well. So I
Hmm.
fasted yesterday until it was time to
Eat
eat
dinner.
dinner,
Yeah.
and I had a very light sandwich for dinner. And that's trying to lose that weight we gained this weekend because we were naughty. Just
Yeah.
we weren't really
Not
bad,
really that bad.
but just enough to put a few pounds on us, and we'll get that taken
Yeah.
back off hopefully by the end of the
You know,
weekend.
when a home diner, what like blue plate special
Yeah.
type of places, and they had some catfish, and I had to tear into it. They didn't offer it, grilled or anything, so I had tore into some fried catfish this weekend, along with some hush puppies, and one of my favorites. And it's even though it is bad for the diet, but I love some good old brown beans, ground brown beans, and a little bit of cornbread. Uh,
And he said I just gained 6 this a.m. Got a cat on my lap, keep him warm. Yeah, that'll do
I
it.
told I told on Sea Leg Journeys this morning. I told a little bit on myself, where I had weighed in, and I was getting ready to yell out to you this morning of how much I lost. Because I didn't eat nothing at all yesterday. It didn't feel good, but I went and made the coffee and everything. Went back and weighed again, and yeah, it had lied to me. It told me I had lost 5 pounds and something, and I went back, and no, the 5 pounds is there. So
We had heard about the shark attack on in the
the
Bahamas.
Bahamas there. We had. I know that Sea Leg Journeys covered that and everything. That's a shame. I don't know if it would have mattered if whether or not the excursion was with the ship or not. Maybe they do some kind of
I don't think
because
so.
you schedule those so far in advance.
Honestly, I think it could happen to anybody, and I think that we're in their world when we're out there, and we need to be mindful of
Yes,
that.
it.
And the the thing about it is that okay, so I'm a huge shark fan. So I grew up watching Jaws, all the Jawses. I watched the Meg. I watched any B-rated shark movie out there.
Oh,
I love them. I always pick with Kurt when we're out there in the ocean, especially if we're at like Myrtle Beach or something where you can't see through the water. I'm like, something touched me, and you'll see me pretty much walk on water out of that ocean to get out of there.
I know my parents and I. Yeah, we were down there at two different times, and even right there in North Myrtle Beach on Cherry Grove, there was a shark swimming around. There were no warnings on this day, and it was probably all the way, at least the half the length of me, and it was pretty good size, and swim right by me. So I know that can happen anywhere, anytime. Doesn't matter if you're where you're at. You know. Also, speaking of sharks, I a little bit of news yesterday. I don't know if anybody knows about this, but especially those out on the west coast, they have something called a mini shark. Now, this is not a shark. This is a type of bug,
Hmm.
and they said it's a bug that invaded the beaches, and they attack in swarms, and they're very sharp. So they're on their beaches there in California, and it's like a little pinprick. And but they said they attack like piranhas,
Ooh,
and people are calling them mini sharks. That's the nickname of them. I don't know the technical name of the bug, but they're like shrimp size.
ooh.
And yeah, yeah, that's. I don't know. I didn't know if anybody ever heard that news. So, Mr. Foggy Brain, thank
Good
you for
morning.
joining in and listening.
Let me catch up on the chat
So,
a little bit.
also I seen a little bit of news on the cruise side of things. I seen where Carnival Celebration put to sea doing sea trials, and I know some of y'all probably already have it booked. They're testing out the type different equipment requirements for it and everything. Um, Guys, I have a question. Now I'll go ahead and throw it in now. I should have already thrown it in so that you can gradually answer if you would, if you're able to type in or anything. So on your travel day, the travel day that you want to go, and whether you're flying or I kind of mean it mostly for those driving. Um, Before you go a destination or a cruise, whatever you're doing, Do you start early? Do you like to get up really early and leave out, trying to get a little bit ahead of some traffic? Like I like to get on past Greensboro if I'm headed south. Um, but are you a planner? Do you plan in your mind that I want to be in 4 hours at like for us, 4.5 hours to 5 puts me on the other side of Savannah if I'm headed south. So I tend to do that, and it works out good. Mostly, I put her on 95 driving. But anyway, I just wonder: are you a planner like that? Do you even on your trip day, think, okay, I want to get to here, you know? And I know a lot of people go in before somewhere. Of course, you got a final destination. Just want to know how people are on that.
Okay, let's catch up on our chat a
Go
little
right ahead,
bit.
huh?
You missed down on a cruiser saying that he loved your backyard.
Thank you, thank you, thank you,
Okay.
Sean. Usually we have visitors right there. I
Yeah.
haven't heard them. They were here late yesterday.
Good morning. Happy National Grandma Moses Day from
National
Tanisha.
Tanisha.
Uh huh.
Okay, I have to look that up. I don't know that one. Oh, Grandma Moses Day.
Uh huh.
I think I know that. I'm a planner. Someone's right there. Greg B. Yeah.
Good morning, SET Adventures. Thanks for joining in, and make sure you tell Kara a big happy birthday from both of us.
Yes. Yes. I'll send her a little message here in a little bit. See how holler and tell her happy birthday there. And then if anybody has anything going on, y'all are more than welcome to share it on here and share your channel. Share if you're a creator. Share if you are a supporter of of anything. If you got some good channels you want to share with people, we don't mind a bit.
So one of the things Eddie said is it's not good to fast because you're supposed to eat a little bit every so often when you're burning calories. Eddie, what we're doing is a keto type of diet, and we work with our doctors with it based on our health because of the situations that our current health situations, and we're older, but we do make sure that we work through our doctor to monitor what's going on
That's
with
where
us.
that good fat comes in.
Yeah.
We trying to get it. They call it the good fat. The keto really works for me.
Mhm.
I tend to feel a lot better.
Mhm.
I think I'm pretty much learning that I'm a gluten. I need to really watch at the gluten I eat. I get very congested when I
Yeah.
eat too much gluten.
And the down under say to Kurt, the problem, Kurt, is when you lose weight, he finds it.
Somebody in my, I think it's my uncle, he told me, he said, you know what my problem is about gaining weight? He said, every time my elbow bends, my mouth opens.
Yeah, yeah, this happens.
I always thought of that, so.
And the down under cruisers was talking about the sharks, and he said, "You folks complain about the animals we have in Aussie." Just saying. Well, I also know that the sharks out there like to take a nibble every once in a while out there in Australia too. I believe.
I don't, they called it, I saw a little bit of that news and they called it an attack. I don't like to call it an attack. I don't know if that's controversial or not. I mean, we're in their world, so that's how I look at it. Yeah.
Oh wow! Eddie says when he was 15, a great white passed by, and that's it. I do not go in the water after that incident, and that was 42 years ago.
42 years ago. Oh, let's do the math on that.
Yeah.
He's young man. Also, guys, go ahead.
Travel Mobile says they definitely plan their drives and their stops.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
We generally, like right now, I know when I'm going south, I'm going to go by Bucky's there in Florence, South Carolina. I know exactly how far it is. It's 3 hours and 23 minutes from here. So
Yep.
I'll come in a back way to it. I like to take some of those old 2 lanes, and
Yeah.
Marsha don't mind them. She don't mind. She's
Depends
long as
on
it
if
ain't
I'm
too
trying
curvy.
to get somewhere or not. I don't want to do the back road scenic route if we're trying to get somewhere. I like to hit those
Yeah.
main highways and put my foot in it a little bit.
Yeah.
Good morning, Traveler Bus. Thank you so much for
Thank y'all for
stopping
being
in with
here.
us. And good morning, the Gaylors. We appreciate you coming in and visiting with us this
Guys,
morning.
y'all should check out Travel Bus. They have a lot of great content, and they do have a lot of traveling. They got everything from down there in Key West. Some of my favorite stuff from them down in Key West.
And the Gaylors say that they always cruise port in 5 hours away. I want to
Mm.
be in town at noon the day before the cruise. So that's how we are. We learned the hard way the first cruise we ever took.
Yeah.
We flew to
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico, and they didn't have any flights in the night before, so we would have had to stay 2 days, and I couldn't take that many days. So we literally flew in the day of. The plane was delayed, and we ended up barely getting on the ship right before they were pulling everything up. They were doing the muster drill as we're walking up the gangway, if that tells you anything.
They finished it before we even got on. Yeah. Absolutely.
So we are definitely planners when it comes to that, and we definitely like to be there the day before so that first thing that morning we're over there ready to get on the ship so that we can explore. So
well, guys, I also want to tell you, make sure y'all are more than welcome always. I keep plugging it over on our Facebook to just sub to Travel Mobile. Great for y'all. Over on Facebook, we have CME Traveling Community. It's a private one. You just send a message or whatever, ask to join. You're more than welcome. But there's also a CME Traveling page, and just join it. I appreciate it. Share your stuff's what I'm trying to get at. I do a summer, fall, and then there'll be winter. So I do that, and there'll be a list of things. You can see what everybody's put on there. Billy J Travels, ain't nobody can beat him. He puts something on there all the time.
good morning, Greg B. Greg B says, I am a planner, a replanner, and plan again.
Yes.
Also up way too early getting ready. So what we end up doing is the night before we're supposed to leave, if I don't have to work that next day, we're usually like, okay, let's just go on and go. Let's just go on and get up and go. So sometimes we even leave earlier than what we're supposed to.
Yeah.
This upcoming cruise, we will not be doing that because I have a meeting the night before that'll probably last till about 7 o'clock. So we'll be leaving quite late that evening when we leave. So that's the only one that we haven't tried to sneak off earlier than what we were supposed to. Yeah.
Well, it's one of those meetings that can't be avoided or anything. Most of the time, you move things around really good, but it's okay.
Tanisha says she's a planner and a list maker. Traveler Bus says we are planners and leave early. Excited to cruise always. Yeah, we never sleep the night before, so you might as well be traveling towards your destination, right?
Yeah. We did that. The earliest we ever did it, or latest, I should say, we left really late and drove through the night almost, and finally about 1 o'clock in the morning, with my back and everything, I started getting real bad, and so we luckily we got a place. We actually had to call places, and actually that hotel's the one we're still staying at there in Port Canaveral.
That's our favorite.
Yeah, they remodeled it and everything.
Yeah.
Someone bought them out, and used to be a Quality Inn, but
Mark the Shark says he's a planner. It works out better. I think so too, Mark. When we jumped up this weekend and we're like, we're just gonna go somewhere, it didn't work out as well because the second day, number one, we couldn't get a hotel anywhere in the area that we were staying that night, and if we wanted one, it was almost triple the price for the same room. And so we just ended up going somewhere else, which was great, but it definitely does pay to plan ahead.
Yeah.
Your mom says, Kurt, you're definitely a planner, and she's right. And that's one thing that we have in common, and I think that we would both agree that if we were with other people that weren't planners, they probably wouldn't be with us long because we're both very organized, and it has to be just so, and we probably research it to death before we go. So some people don't like that, so we work real well together when it comes to that.
Just a little story real quick. Marsha tried a little birthday surprise for me one time, and it was just we were going to this salt spa or something like that, and but I knew the way what she was telling me we were going to, she was not driving in that direction. And being used to being a truck driver, I'm like, you're crazy.
Being a man, that's what I think it is. Honey, you're going the wrong way. I know where, and this is what I tell them. I know where I'm going. It's okay. Oh no, but you're going way out of the way to
You
get
need to
to
lie
this
to me or
place.
something. Tell me some other
I
way.
couldn't think of anywhere to go in that on that side of town. But anyway, we did end up at the Salt Spa and having a great time.
They asked a question there, Tanisha
Yeah,
did.
I'll get that in just a second. One of the things I've also done this for a cruise too. I planned a cruise for his birthday, which I will never do again, not as a surprise because it's hard to get anything by him because when you're planning something we both know too much about each other and
Yeah.
what's going on that I had to tell him beforehand. I just
Yeah.
finally handed him the paper and said, "Here, we're going on a cruise for your birthday."
Well, you did book it though.
Yeah.
You did
I
book
did
it.
book
Now,
it,
and
yeah.
but just I was well at the same time in that argument there. She's telling me to plan our vacation, and when I'm planning the vacation and looking at things, it just wasn't equal enough to certain things that I was asking, and um, I was like, well, why can't we do this? Why can't we do that? You know, it's just
It's just too hard to be like, well, we just can't. You can't just tell him we just can't. So,
yeah. Yes. You think it's men, huh?
mm. Oh no, not that part. The driving part was what I was saying. You know, men like to tell you exactly which. Oh, honey, this way is quicker. This way is better. And he's usually right. I'll be honest with you. I like to go. Sometimes I'm just like, you know what? I want to go this way today because I like the way that view is, or something like that. And he's more like, no, that's not the best way to go. Go this way. So we kind of argue about
I'm
that.
definitely like Greg B. I plan again, and then plan again.
Cruise Vet says that they definitely plan before driving and leave really early if they're driving all day to make sure that they can get a hotel. Yeah, that's the catch, is getting that hotel before you know before it books up or before the prices change, because they raise as the later the day goes.
Yeah.
Well, at least we use Priceline and
Expedia.
and we've
Sometimes
noticed
booking,
that the pricing actually goes up a little bit.
Yeah, you can come back. You can click on, click back on. And of course, it changes and stuff like that. You know, it's just like booking anything. You book usually Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's cheaper for something. But if you're going to book something during the weekend, everything seems to raise up during the weekends. That's just the way they do it.
Eddie says he's a creator and a bum at home. Tanisha says, I have a travel planner folder. I have a folder too, Tanisha.
She does. I have to show y'all sometime. I'll just show you the folders we got.
And the books.
And that's what I mean, the books. Yeah.
And she says she uses for trips. It holds all of our important documents, including copies of hotel reservations. We do that too, Tanisha. I also have a copy of emergency numbers because let's face it, if something happens to your cell phone, do you remember everybody's telephone number? No. Yeah. We also have copies of our passport, driver's license, and social security number in case anything happens with that. And we keep it in our book bag with us at all times, so even when we get off the ship on excursions or anything, it's right there with us. We have our parking, our hotel, our information for the cruise, and now, you know, during COVID we had our testing information, and all of it was right there in page protected folder, and you just flipped it and could show them anything that they needed. So yeah, we're like that too, Tanisha. I'm glad to hear somebody else is like that and it's not just me.
No, and I like it because we can go back and we can look at things and do some comparison stuff. Also, you know, as I've noticed, you know, it's nice to travel, and I like being able to say, okay, was it there we stopped at, or was it here and we did this right here? You can go back and look at that kind of stuff. Travel Bus says Tracy has a folder along with everything on her phone. Yes. Yeah.
Eddie said he has a surgery coming soon in the future. Hope everything goes well with that,
hope everything
Eddie.
goes good. Yes.
Travel Mobilehead said, have a great day, everyone. Today is your blank canvas. Make it a masterpiece. I love that.
I like that right there. Guys, I found another travel fact. I did this yesterday. I'm sorry. I love the video of Felicia, by the way. Guys, jump over to SCT. They just put out a short this morning. You got to watch Felicia. Anyway, you should just watch Felicia. I act the same way. So, but
Down Under's, I don't know why, but for some reason they had to sleep. I do not blame them. It's really nice that they join us. Thank you, Tanisha, for sticking everybody's links up. We appreciate that.
Yes, I do. Real quick, this little fact. This is a traveling fact. Alaska is both, you know, both westernmost and easternmost state in the U.S. And here's why. Alaska, I forget how, Altoona
Mm-hmm.
Islands are actually located west of the 180th
Meridian.
meridian. The line that divides the eastern and western hemisphere, making it the only U.S. state to be partly located in the eastern hemisphere. Anyway, that was my little traveling fact. Uh, Looky there, I'm like a squirrel. I seen the hummingbird here. And today is Wednesday, September the 7th, 2022. I just thought I'd throw that in there.
Tanisha, she asked, do you use a standard packing list or change up your packing list for each trip? We change up our packing list for each trip.
Yeah.
I hand do I type it up and I print it out, and it usually has something funny on it to kind of keep us going, because
She does.
sometimes when
She
you're
does.
packing for a cruise, it can get a little tense
Yeah.
because I can't get everything in the bag and I have to use his
More
bag.
my stuff than Kurt's stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good morning there, MGM Family Travel. Got
Thank
to catch
you for
y'all last
joining
night.
us.
Great show.
Yeah,
Great show.
yeah.
Great
Yeah,
show,
we
guys,
enjoyed
last
it.
night. But
Eddie says his wife Alice does the same. She also researches everything but leaves the driving to me. All of it. Yeah, I try. Sometimes Curt likes to. He'll get into a driving mode and he wants to drive the whole way. I do not mind driving. I don't. What I don't like is to get all the way to Key West where you have to drive 24 miles an hour to get down. Get down to
it's
Key West.
45, but yeah.
Yeah, it
I
felt
did
like
do
20.
that. I didn't know it was.
Yeah.
We had never
He's
been
like,
there.
you can drive now. It's like it's 45 miles an hour, Curt.
Yeah.
I can't drive 45 miles an hour. I don't know how to do that.
Yeah. Yes, she did have to drive that down there. But and I know that little travel fact is probably something everybody was taught in elementary school, but I thought it was a fun little fact. But guys, it's been really good. She was talking about like that travel we did down to Key West. That was so much fun. I love. Think about it a little bit. If you pop back in tomorrow, I want to know has anybody did a long trip? One of those that take hours tomorrow.
Traveler Bus says that Tracy has a folder too, along with everything on her phone. And SET Travels, Felicia has something weird. She has a map of where to bury bodies at each port. Tell Felicia just to push you overboard and call it an accident. Just make sure there's no cameras around. She doesn't need to bury a body. Oh, was I supposed to say that? I'm just kidding.
What did Tanisha say right there? Or you already read that? Did I? You already read it. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was at the bottom. I thought something
No,
new
we're
had
not
come
quite
in.
there yet.
Okay. Well, we've got a few more minutes, and I want to make sure. Don't give her any ideas. Greg said.
We did catch your short. I know Curt had said this earlier, but we did catch the short of Felicia, and I love it. That is I watched the video when y'all were doing the tasting, and I laughed through the entire video at Felicia's faces. Anytime you want to get you need a laugh, watch some of SET's adventures when they're drinking.
Tequila tasting.
Anytime Felicia is tasting
shots
or anything, it's hilarious to see her do it. It's a great.
I like the anticipation.
Yeah,
her anticipation.
She has the face before she even tastes it. She knows it's going to be bad, but she does it anyway.
Yeah. That was hilarious this morning. I got up and went and showed Marsha. She was still in it. Yeah. From Central Florida to Seattle. Oh my gosh. Now that's a trip.
That's a long trip.
Yes, that is.
How many days did it take you to do that, SET?
Well, Eddie did from New York to Georgia, and then they finally moved down there. Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah, that's a long way too, Eddie.
Yeah.
We drive about 10 hours to get to Port Canaveral.
Oh yeah, that's just there. I was just seeing what the longest vacation-y trip they had done. Yeah, I should have put it in as my question tomorrow. Might still do that.
3.5 days.
Wow.
Days, yeah.
Goodness gracious.
I think New Orleans will be the furthest port that we've driven to, right?
The furthest port. That's in October 29, 2023. That is the Booze Scary Cruise out of New Orleans on Carnival Glory. I haven't plugged any of them in a while.
Eddie says it wasn't too bad, and the 3.5 wasn't too bad, and then SET says it was a work trip.
Oh, okay.
So, nothing fun.
I get that.
Yeah.
thank you for being with me today, hon. She won't be with me Saturday, so
Yeah.
anyway.
Thank everyone for joining us this morning. We know it's early in the morning and in some cases late at night for some people.
Yeah.
So we really appreciate it. We appreciate your support. Make sure you get your links in there and be blessed today. Safe travels and be good at work and enjoy yourselves.
Yes, guys. Thank y'all very much. Thank every one of you for stopping by. We'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye, guys.